So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, in Prairie Vintage, my name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirits, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. If you're returning, bless you. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to get into your reading today. These are the decks I'll be using for today's reading. I'll put a link right here to the Tarot and Oracle deck flip-throughs for those of you guys interested in these decks. Most of these are in that playlist for those of you guys who like to read tarot. This reading is going to be taking a look at a no contact or limited communication contact between you and someone on your mind, and what it is this person is wanting to say to you, okay? But just cannot, did not, has not, will not, whatever reason, okay? This could be somebody who is crossed over. This could be somebody who just isn't in your life no more. This could be somebody that you are just in separation from. This could be somebody that you're dealing with that is just very limited for whatever reason in communicating what it is that's going on within them. So keep an open mind. This could be aspects of yourself, your higher self, talking to your 3D self. Okay. This could be a flip pile, meaning you've tapped into what it is that you're wanting to communicate or say. So just keep an open mind, but it should resonate with the energy going on with you. Okay. So it will be a pick a card. We'll get into the options shortly. And I do feel like we might do an extended for this reading in regards to whether this person will take action and what that action looks like. Okay. I'm not sure yet. Depends on how this reading goes. But most likely there will be an extended. And if there is, do not feel like you're missing out. Okay. If you want to take part of the extended, you can join the membership, sustainer level or higher. Okay, I've had people reach out to me based on their membership, but I only offer the extended readings for the level 2 and greater. So you can rest assured, know that you got all the information you need. If you can't join us, that's absolutely fine. Okay, and for the rest of you guys who don't want to join the membership, I will most likely put a limited time for the extended off my website. Okay, but those are limited time, and then I do remove all extendeds from there after a period of time. So if you're wanting to take a listen, I will put all the information below and take you directly to my website, and then you can purchase the extended for that grouping, that pile. All right, so beautiful angels, I will put timestamps below. It'll take you directly to whichever section you're wanting to go to. We'll pull your options, and then we will channel the message directly from this person. All right, I will see you guys at the card selection. Hi, friends. All right, we're going to pull 3 cards here for your picks. Okay, now don't take the words literally. We're going to channel the energy for these 3 options for what it is that the person on your mind is wanting to communicate if they were to say anything at all in this period of limited to no contact. Okay, so spirit for the collective tuned into this video, can we get 3 options for this pick a card? 1, 2, and 3. Now, I do think for the extended, we will be doing the next move or this person's action, if they were to take action, or what will happen next. And then we'll also be answering a yes, no. Okay. So have your questions sort of in the background, what you wanted to know. All right, beautiful people. So if you're pulled to any one of these 3, I'll put the timestamp down below and I will reveal these shortly for you guys. Option number 1, we have back to what you love, reevaluate your desires. Option number 2, we have physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. Number 47. All right, this was number 3, by the way. And then for option number 3, we have card 40. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Okay, very different energy pulling through. So sit with this. I'll put the timestamp below. Take as long as you need. And I will see you guys at your pick. Beautiful. Option number 1, you guys pick card 3, and it says back to what you love, reevaluate your desires. So we're going to be channeling your person directly, what it is that they're wanting to say to you, if they were to say anything at all. Okay, they might just not be in a position to tell you whatever this is, but I won't be doing an energy check. Okay, I'll be laying these pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at these. There's a lot here, so I'm just going to lay them out, and then I'm going to channel this person. Okay, so if it doesn't sound like something you would think intuitively your person would want to say to you, then it's most likely not your pile. Okay, I will be doing an extended, and we'll be looking at this person's next move or action. And we'll also be looking at a yes, no. So have a question regarding this person, this connection on your mind, so we can answer yes or no to it. Okay, it'll just be like a yes, no. But then we'll be looking at their next move. So let's take a look at the cards. We'll lay them all out, and then I will begin to channel this person directly. Okay, so we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And we have I can't stop thinking about you. And we have I wish I could understand you. We have I want out. And we have, I hope to have a future with you one day. And we have, I have never loved anyone the way that I love you. And I never experienced this intense connection before. We have Ice Queen, divorcee, mother, and discernment. We have endurance. We have, it was my fault, but I blamed you. And we have, I know that I crossed the line with you. And we have, you light up my world. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to arrange it so we could fit these all. And we have saying less is saying more. You don't need to say anything at all. Your action speaks loud and clear. Move in silence, quiet, power. Let's boop this over here. Yes. Put that there. Boopity boop. So it says, enrich your life, add some spice, or it's going to be bland. Do things that make you happy, make memories, and live. The bowl of fruit. We have runner. And we have commitment. And we have twin flame. We have yeah and nah. We have wait. That must be the nah. And we, oh no, that's the nah, that's the And then we have I wants to get you drunk. Some devil energy here, Capricorn energy pulling through. Okay, and then we also have Taurus, Libra. And then we also have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, I'm making changes for the better. And then we have rose-colored glasses. We have too many options. We have helpless. I feel trapped by my circumstances. There's nothing I can do. We have Venus, number 4. So Taurus, Libra energy. I'm also feeling some Aries energy and some Scorpio from this. Okay, don't ask me why. Liking photos. Nature, mountain, seaside, forest, desert, garden, and seaside. 19 and 1. I'm getting Leo, I'm getting Virgo, and some Gemini. It says type 1, the perfectionist instinctive center between control and letting go with place and activity. And then we have superiority with number 60 and the number 6 and more Capricorn, Gemini energy pulling through. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this because we are also going to be pulling some tarot. down here. So Spirit for beautiful pile number 1 regarding what their person would communicate to them if they were to say anything at all in this period of limited to no contact. What is it that this person is wanting to say, to communicate to pile number 1? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. Please protect me and the viewer and this connection as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. Thank you so much, pile number 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time, being called to shuffle. And I'm called to do this again. I'll ruin my beautiful little setting here. I'm going to use these cards in a minute. So, all right. Okay. Sorry, limited for space here. For pile 1, those final cards, that was making or breaking this whole freaking reading. Needs to come out. There we go. Alrighty. Bottom of the deck will reveal shortly. So, beautiful angel, we'll sit with this energy just so you know. I'll put all the information for the extended below. Okay, you can join the level 2 membership if you want access to that, or you can purchase off the website for a limited time, depending on how I roll this extended reading out, where we'll look at this person's actions and a yes, no. Okay, so let's reveal what's going on with the tarot. Bottom of the deck, we have the 2 Pentacle. That's this Yana energy. Where was the Yana? Over here. We have the Page of Wands. Strong Leo. We have the World, and we have the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then we have the Fool, Aquarius energy. Okay, this is very clear message coming through, very consistent, but let me sit here with this. Okay, pile number 1, I do feel this is your energy. I really do. Okay, but it could be somebody that you're dealing with. Take it as it resonates for you. Okay, I'm just reading energy. I don't dictate whose it belongs to. That's going to be up to you. Okay, now, because I'm not doing an energy check, we might get some clues along the way as to who this person is to confirm to you. There's a few already coming through very strong. This message is very strong. I'll channel it as this person, but I want to sort of not do it directly just yet, so I can sort of get some things out of the way. This person does feel like a divine feminine energy, okay, that I'm channeling here. And Taurus, Libra is coming through strong, Aries, Scorpio, and some Cancer, Pisces, some Aquarius, some Capricorn, Gemini, Virgo, and yeah, those are the signs that are coming. Oh, sorry, and Libra. Okay, that's coming through here. So I do feel, like I said, it could be your energy. This could be something you resonate as a twin flame connection. Okay, this feels like a very sort of difficult connection, but at the same time, it feels very like deep, spiritually fulfilling. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of Empress energy coming through this. So let me channel what this is about. I feel like this connection is actually something that is discouraging me because I've had to put myself in a position that doesn't make me feel very comfortable about myself. I don't feel like I could fully respect myself in a way that supports my vision for what I want. I feel like I've been trying to upkeep the peace and trying to get the most out of this connection for us to reach a point of fulfillment, satisfaction, and experience what it is that I know this connection could bring to the both of us. I feel it deeply. I feel it on a soul level. I feel it intuitively. I feel like your energy has been one that has been fleeting. And I feel like I've been bound to you and stuck by my feelings for you that have been very intense. I suddenly got put in a position here that I didn't know what to do with myself in regards to feeling empowered or making decisions that would be aligned for my greatest good, supporting what is in my best interest. And the more I felt like I was in your world, the less I felt like I was moving towards something that was actually going to uplift me, support me, and love me in the way that I should be loved, or at least supported in my life and my world. And for a period of time, I thought I could withstand or uphold this energy to a greater truth that was felt by me, which is my feelings for you. I feel like throughout this process, there might have been periods where I saw a lot of what you were doing or how you were being as a reflection of my self-worth, and a lot of challenges with your energy and internalizing that as part of maybe something that I needed to work on or something that needed to be overcome. But soon I realized there was nothing I could influence in this situation, or even remain sort of wishful or remain carrying a heavy load. I do feel like for the bulk of this connection, I've been carrying more than I could handle, thinking that we could reach a middle ground, or that we could find a form of commitment between you and I for what we were wanting. I was seeing you as maybe having the opportunity to make changes or come forward, or even seeing you from your highest potential and then making decisions based on this. And I feel like there's been a lot of disappointment. There's been a lot of experience here with you that has, it made me feel very stuck. It made me feel very trapped, because it was difficult for me just to move on or forget about you or let go of this connection. And so I would remain with these thoughts of how we could be and what could be. But I've realized here that deep down, there was something missing in regards to my core values of what I deserve. I feel like the appearance of what could be is one thing, but the true depth of what is another altogether. I feel like it's been taking me quite some time to fully decide, well, what's in my best interest. And so I've been up and down in my mind about, are you right for me? Is this right for me? Is this in line for what I need? But I've been putting myself aside, and I've been writing off what it is that it truly makes me feel deeply fulfilled as something that would eventually come if I remained sort of true to my understanding of what this could be. But I feel like I was not prioritized by you. I feel like I was just an option in your world here. I feel like there was a version of you that you were outputting around me. Maybe you wanted me to see you as someone that you weren't. I felt rejected. I also felt like you were engaged with me maybe on a superficial level for the most part, even though there might have been something deeper going on. I feel like there was a hold on me from your energy that it made me feel like I only had one sort of option. And I feel like I was right up in my mind about what was right, or what I needed to do, or what you meant to me. Part of me wants things to shift in a way here that and maybe clarity will come through on both our ends, where maybe I won't feel as trapped or bound by your influence over my choices and my decisions, but also maybe you become more clear about what it is that you need. I feel like your ability to put yourself and choose your world and make decisions sort of outside of considering our future made me realize that I should probably be more focused on my own self fully. And I feel like I was trying to take into consideration our future and what we could build together. Because for me, an ideal future would have you in it in a way that is fulfilling for both of us. But I felt very heavy having this vision and carrying this vision when I felt like your vision was something different. And at times I felt like maybe you had the same vision, but then I would quickly learn that your action was not in line with that. And I felt very up and down emotionally. I also felt like the only way for me to have what I want in my future, that it looks fulfilling and appreciates me and supports me, is to close out this dynamic between you and I. So this is what I chose to do, because I could no longer stay in the seesaw of energy. And despite my deep love for you, I have never experienced this intensity, this situation, this type of a dynamic, this type of a connection. I have never lost control of my ability to understand decisions that I could make for myself, to the point where I felt really limited by only sort of one world, and that was your world. And it was very frustrating for me when I felt I couldn't get you to see what I was seeing, or commit to a future that I was wanting you to see or understand that we could have. And I didn't want to be in an energy here that would do anything other than taking accountability and responsibility for my own decisions. And so I don't feel like I was safe enough to explain all of this to you, because I don't think that you'd get it. And I also feel like maybe you don't realize that I didn't have to do what it was that I was doing. Although I felt very bound and stuck and helpless and trapped by this connection, I didn't have to. I didn't have to feel the way I felt. I didn't have to share the way I shared. I didn't have to do anything that I did do. But I feel like because of the intensity, there was only one way to handle this. And so I had to do what I had to do for myself. And you might not understand this, and you might see it as, and maybe I was cold, maybe I owe you an explanation, maybe I should go more in depth about all of this. But I'm just feeling like if I do explain and go through all of this stuff, I feel like there's a potential of being trapped again in a world that feels very shallow. And I'm not calling you shallow, but I'm just calling this experience shallow because it couldn't reach a level of commitment. It couldn't reach a level of promise. It couldn't reach a level of, but what does the future hold for us? I felt very exhausted having to upkeep this sort of dream alive, or this understanding that I seen a potential within you that would eventually come or be something we could work with. I still wonder about you. I still want to send you love in a way that could be neutral, could be in a way here that doesn't create anything other than just freeing myself from this intensity and this experience. Because for me, the most important thing for me is to break free from toxicity, break free from accepting less than I deserve or settling on a situation that isn't committing to me. And so to me, I just felt like I was chasing you, or to me, I just felt like I was like holding on to this dream as long as I could, or withstanding or withholding like this belief that eventually would come, and it just never came. And I don't really know your motives for not trusting or maybe for not wanting, but part of me wanted to understand why you didn't see this vision the same way I did, or how to get there the same way I did. And so I remember a time here where the thoughts of you were sort of really intense and guiding my decisions, but I felt very stuck. And it's like now I think of you and I feel like it's making me want to do more for myself, be more for myself, reflect on who do I put ahead of me and how do I engage with relationships, and what do people actually deserve of me? Am I too do I settle? Am I too much of an energy here that just doesn't see my own good, my own value? And I think that doing this might have made you feel like I was being cold, or that I just wanted to cut you off to be a bitch, or like angry or something like this. But it's like I just learned, you showed me in action. It made me feel like you just couldn't be there for me. You couldn't prioritize me. You couldn't commit to me. You couldn't be concise about me. You couldn't decide upon me. And it's like, okay, well, maybe I should just be better in some way, or support you and allow this to sort of work its way through, But I don't feel it ever really came. And so I could see for myself starting anew without all of this heaviness, without all of this restriction, without a lot of these limiting thoughts that maybe I had initially when we first started. And I've been working through this reflection back at me. And maybe where before we met, I would see things completely different, projecting and blaming. I now see that everything that has happened has just come back to myself. And so this is why it's important that I make decisions that improve my life, that support me, that bring value to me, that actually make me feel good about myself. And in this connection, I did not. I was waiting. I was supporting. I was caring. I was investing. I was drained. And I was trying to create a vision of what it was that I wanted, but it never felt like it fully reached, and it felt like it was just never getting there. And so I feel like there was an appearance here of something, that might have appeared okay on the outside, but on the inside, it was always waiting for the other shoe to drop, or waiting for a full acceptance of myself. So I think your question to me would be about, why did I leave? Or why did I not explain myself? Or why did I not say anything? Or how could I feel the way that I felt and do what I did? And I want you to know everything that I did feel was true. And I don't know what the future holds. And I do still dream of a future that looks beautiful and abundant and full. But I don't think that this is where you're at. And I've accepted the fact that I could have these beautiful feelings for you, but cut off action that isn't healthy or supportive of a vision of a beautiful, abundant future for myself. And so I needed to find a way out so I could be supporting myself. And I just felt like in your world, it was either all to you or me focusing on my own world, which meant cutting you off. And so this is a lesson of how I could love myself in a way here that doesn't sell myself short. And I feel like I really wanted something authentic from you, because I could feel that you might have felt the same way I did. But I think in your action, you handled it differently. And I didn't know how to do anything with this. I didn't know what to make of this. It didn't make sense to me that if you felt the way you felt, or you understood what I understood, why your action would make me feel on the outs. I needed peace. I needed to break away. And so this is why I just pulled my energy completely away here, because there is no other way for me to support myself. And if you can't support me in a way here that is beneficial to the both of us, that shows me that you have skin in the game here to commit to a better future, to work with me, then I really had no choice. And you do still come up in my mind a lot, because of course I can't help but think about what we could have and what we could share and what that would look like. And it's been the most difficult thing for me to detach from, to accept that we might not have this future, to accept that you might be okay where you're at. And I also realized that you're not everything, that I have other choices in front of me, but I didn't want to choose anyone else or do anything but fulfill this relationship in a way that could make us build something together. That was my aim and my vision. I was so focused on that I lost sight of what's beneficial to me and what's healthy and what's going to support me in the 3D in a way here that's actually legit and not just a dream and not just a waiting for something to happen, chained to that dream or that vision or the potential. Because it was the potential and that understanding of what I felt you could be, what we could be, that kept me stuck. And so I might still act as though, I'm like not completely shut out, because I don't want you to feel like I'm hating you or like I'm just wanting to completely wipe you out of my existence here, because I can't be upset at anyone but look at my own decisions, and that you've shown me a lot about myself. And so I'm trying to find a peaceful way to engage, but not where it dictates my decisions and my future. I want to be fulfilled, and I know that I am worthy of experiencing deep fulfillment and abundance. And I know that we had some really good times. And I know maybe you felt like I couldn't be consistent for you in a way here that showed you something you were needing to see, Maybe you felt like I was back and forth or very volatile or like I'd have feelings one moment and then the next not, or like, and maybe I was also unsure in some way. But I feel like there was something very superficial or toxic here that wasn't allowing for something greater to unfold. And I'm not quite sure what I could do, was that I could even control or do anything different. And so my only choice here is to focus on myself and to pour towards me all this love that I was wanting to experience and express within a connection with you. And so I don't know what the future holds here, if there's any sort of shift or change, but I feel like I don't even have energy to explain to you the depths of what I was actually feeling or what I actually want or what I experienced here, because I feel like I'll be not really maybe understood in a way here that you totally get. And so I just want to put this behind me in a healthy way. And I want to continue to just love you from afar, but I want to start my own journey. I want to find my own path here, and I want to just be free of the heaviness and the circumstances that I experienced, because I felt very trapped by this connection. I felt very stuck. I felt very incapable of choosing myself, even if I wanted to. And so I do feel like this connection could have shown you a lot about your own dynamic. And I might have put a lot of the weight of why this connection wasn't maybe flowing on you. And this would be only because from my perspective, I just felt like I was carrying too much here or giving of myself too much, that I couldn't carry anything more. I couldn't give anything more. And I felt like my intention here was to be of service to this connection for the greatest good. But it could not be one-sided, you know? And I just felt like my intuition was constantly telling me one thing about what this connection was and what it could mean. And so I knew on a deep, soulful level what this is. But at the same time, it's like, it's not happening, you know? And so what do I do with a greater truth and also a reality that's showing me opposite? It's like these two worlds that can't coincide. And I'm here, you know, in the 3D, like living my life. And so I must make decisions and actions and towards aligning with truth here, even though, like I say, there's a deeper intuition about who you are and what you meant to me. And I do feel like there's a deep, soulful bond that we have from a past life. And I felt like you were somebody here who would see and understand this too, and we could overcome this. I just couldn't hold on any longer. And I just always felt like you had other things that were more important to you, other people, other relationships, other things. You were never really fully committed or decided. And I feel like you never really talked to me in a way that made me understand where you were coming from or why or what. It seemed very superficial here to keep me maybe stuck on you, you know, or keep the control, keep me here at your beck and call, or keep my love flowing to you, or keep my loyalty in your pocket, or I don't know. And I don't think that you were trying to hurt me, although I do feel like it really stunted me and limited me. And it's like I had to stand up for myself and say no more, you know? That peace is greater. And unless it feels like naturally supporting my flow or supporting my peace, then I just can't. And I think I finally saw the light. And that happiness is here and present. It's not in a future date. And the only way for me to attain that is for me to take action now towards what makes me happy. That I'm the only one that's able to do this. That there is nothing that you're capable of doing or saying. And so I'm choosing to move forward despite how I feel. I had to choose the truth. And so I don't feel like I want to say anything at all or any of this to you. So I'd rather just be quiet and move in silence. I make decisions aligned for myself because I don't want you to manipulate or trick me or try to get my love in a way here that takes my kindness for granted or absorbs all of my empathy and all of what I have to offer. So know that despite all of this experience, there is a feeling that I can't deny of how you made me feel and what intuitively feels very aligned and true, and nobody can change that. It's made me understand something about how I can love truly, deeply, unconditionally. And now I see the light. And now I see what's possible for me. And I guess this is what this was for, so I could see what's possible for me from the deepest place of unconditional love. And without you, I would have not have understood or experienced this. And so if I had a choice, of course, I would wish it to be you. But I feel like in this situation, you're not really a choice here. Because choosing you would mean to be stuck. Choosing you would mean to feel like I have to be behind your agenda of your world. And it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like I'm doing myself justice. It feels like I'm letting myself down. Or like telling myself that I'm not worthy of being also sort of on the same level. And that doesn't feel right at all. And so I can't dress that up. There's only so much lipstick on a pig I can do before, calling a pig. And so this connection is something that I can't dress up anymore. And I have to just take it for what it is. And it's painful. And it's the most painful thing I've had to do to cut this communication off with you. But I need to wake up. Pile number 1. Wowzers. This is your reading. That's all I have for you. I do feel this is your energy. But yeah, if you were drawn to another pile, your person could be there. And I will see you guys at the extended if you're interested in seeing what will this person's next move be. And if this is you, then yeah, maybe we'll see like what's going to happen next in this connection, maybe, because I do feel for a lot of you guys, this is your energy. And then we will also just answer a yes, no. So have a yes, no question ready. We're seeing no right here, but have a question ready. Okay. If you are interested in the extended, then join the membership level 2 or greater. And if you don't want to join the membership, then there will be a link to my website where you can purchase the extended for a limited time. Okay, and if you cannot join the extended, just know you got all the information you're needing from this reading. Okay, beautiful angel, I love you very much, and I'll see you at the next one. All right, bye-bye. Pile number 2, you guys picked the physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. Card number 47. So it's number 11. 11's a master number. What are we looking at? We are going to be channeling a person on your mind, most likely a person you're in no contact with. This could be limited contact. This could be someone who's crossed over. This could be someone you're in separation from. For whatever reason, this person hasn't communicated. So this is coming from them. Okay. I won't do an energy check. So if this does sound like something completely left field, then it's most likely not your pile. Okay. I will be doing an extended after this where we're looking at what will happen next. What will this person do? And then also we'll be looking at a yes, no question. Okay. So just have your question sort of ready. And I will be offering that through the level 2 membership of this channel. So if you're a level 2 sustainer member, you will have access to the extended. Okay. You could join that membership. And if you don't want to do that, you can click on the link to the website that will give you access to purchase the extended for a limited time. All right. So funny for those of you guys who are on the membership, this is giving me Peter Pan. Although it's kind of looking Robin Hood, but Peter Pan's the first thing that sort of came up with that reading that we read. All right. And you guys know how I feel about that reading. All right. So let's take a look. I'm going to lay all these cards out, okay? So this might take some time. You can click straight away on your channeled message. So let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. It says, I feel lonely. And it hurts so much. I don't know where to start. Sorry, this might take me a bit to sort of sort through where I want to put these. It says, don't forget about me. I haven't forgot about you. All right. And then it says, I know that we are spiritually connected. And I'm learning a spiritual lesson. A lot about the spirit here. We have dating, whining, dining, and romance. 2 cups. With the big old moon here. We have self-doubt, Ace of Cups, and with this mirror of toxicity in the background here, Capricorn energy, and Aquarius coming through this card. We have I love you. And we have I lost myself for a little while. We have I miss you, but I don't have time right now. And we have partial, unfairly favoring one side, behaving differently depending on who they're dealing with. I see more drinking here. Someone might have a drinking vice. It says complicit, indirectly responsible for harm by allowing it through inaction or poor choices. One person with a blindfold, one person with sunglasses and an axe. 143 and 194. Okay, and then we have self-worth. And we have cycles. And we also have words do hurt. And strength with ego. Some Leo and some Aquarius energy. And we have I left because you told me. More number 8. 88 is a master number. A higher calling that is grounded in self-awareness and reverence for life. Okay, and we have 6. So we have some Capricorn and some Gemini energy. I'm absolutely in love with you. We have I love you here. And then we have I'll come back for you. And then we have not fitting well. This is not feeling well, not fitting well. So we have like a round thing in a heart shape. And then we have drama. I have too much drama in my life. I'm trying to stay out of it. And then we have Ash, number 33. 33 is also a master number. Reproduction, creativity, humor, Christ consciousness, joy, and harmony. Okay, and then we have single. And we have dating here. And we have delay. 18, which is moon energy I was feeling from this. Okay, so we have some Cancer energy. And then it says temporality, ego level, delay, procrastination, afterwards, later on, waiting, patience, postponed. Type 9, the peacemaker, instinctive center between forgetting and asserting oneself. We also have Virgo and, yeah, like I said, Cancer energy here. Okay, but solar plexus, which could be ego, which we got with these number 8s. And then we have the faulty compass with 46, which is the number 10. And 10 is all about completions, ends of cycles. Okay, I am going to put the tarot here, so hopefully you guys can see that. Can you see? Yeah, let's pull the tarot. And I will be channeling this person directly. So Spirit for beautiful pile number 2. What is it that this person they came here about, what would they say to them if they could be completely honest? What would pile 2 person say? What would they communicate to pile 2 if they had a chance to be honest? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. Pile 2's person on their mind. What would this person say? And feel one more. All right. Let's reveal what we have. We have the 9 of Pentacles, and we have the World in reverse, and we have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician, Virgo, Gemini energy. Okay. What's under that? Just curious. 9 of Swords. Okay. Let me sit here with this energy. You guys can skip ahead. I'm not sure where I put my wand. Right there. Okay. Okay, pile number 2. Before I channel this person directly, I'm just going to sort of lay the land, if you will. Okay, so first of all, if you weren't sitting through these cards, the layout, we do have Leo and Aquarius and Capricorn, Gemini, Virgo, Cancer. I don't know if I said Leo. Yeah, I did in Leo. My throat's getting very itchy. I might need to get some water here. Wow. Words do hurt. Okay. There's so much coming through this reading. I think I'll begin to channel if I don't cover off what else is coming through, because I am going to be channeling them directly. Then I will sort of editorialize, but it might come through here. Okay, as an admittance here, this is definitely coming from their high self. Okay, pile number 2. Here on the surface, you see me as somebody here who is completely shallow. I'm doing the opposite of what you know is true and what we're both sort of aligned with on a deeper soulful level here that is more meaningful. And I know it's difficult for you. And I feel like I'm the one sort of creating this pain for you, but in a way it's like my own pain to carry, meaning I have to uncover and understand greater truths about myself before I could be involved with you on a deeper level. So even though you sense this greatness or this deepness or this more fulfilling version of me, because it does exist somewhere, but right here, it's like I haven't reached it and I haven't understood that side of me. I feel like I keep disappointing you over and over again, and by doing the shallow thing, you know? It's like choosing the thing here that I feel is going to, that I'm deserving of, you know, but then you see it as maybe just being really shallow. Like my relationships and my connections here aren't deeply fulfilling. And I do these actions because I'm trying to find my own confidence in myself. I'm trying to build something up within me that I feel I do not have within myself. And I don't know that these actions are actually solidly doing this. And I'm going to eventually realize that this is just filler, and that the true healing and the true strength and the true confidence will come from actually acknowledging and releasing these bad habits and these choices that I'm making. I have to go through this process organically and what doesn't work, but I feel like I keep choosing the what's not working choices, and it seems very superficial here to you, and I could understand it on a 5D level, but on the 3D level, it's like the habit I'm in, the cycle I'm in, the stuckness that I'm in. It's like I just keep choosing poorly over and over and over again. And this is because I don't have a great relationship with myself. I'm not choosing what's healthy for me. I'm not choosing what's best for me. I'm like just going along with these less than situations and saying that this is who I am and what I deserve or what's for me, but it's like, it's not acknowledging a great truth that I feel like and that I know on a deep level here of what you mean to me and what we could be or what is beyond this sort of more superficial experience. I feel like there is a version of me that you're understanding I could be in the 3D, and I don't feel like I'm there yet. And it could be infuriating to you to understand that this is something that could be for us and that I am getting in the way. I'm sabotaging this. And not only am I sabotaging this, but then I'm sort of justifying and going against what is more truthful here. And I know this hurts. I really feel like I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know how to communicate this. I don't know where to put aside this, because I feel like there's a lot of habitual things that are keeping me sort of stuck in the same patterns. And it feels so shallow, and it does feel very hurtful here. And I keep sort of choosing it or doing it in a way here that you might think I'm wanting this, or that it feels better for me, or that it's more fulfilling for me in a way, but it hurts. It's like I'm choosing the pain, I'm choosing the disappointment, I'm choosing the shallowness of feeling disconnected, because what I am doing is actually I don't connect to it in a way that it makes me feel good about myself. It's like this shallow feeling that I get, like an immediate, okay, it's enough for the surface here, but it's like, it's so unrewarding. And I just feel like maybe I've done this for too long. That's, you just move ahead with yourself because you're able to just move on. And then here I am stuck in my own habits and my own destructive ways. And I just feel like sometimes when I'm in my ego or in this energy, I could be hurtful. And I know that you feel betrayed by me and some of the things that I haven't said and some of the things that I have said. And I also feel like it was almost like an auto program, like it was a part of me that was just on play. And that the deeper part of the understanding of the spiritual side of what we bond on and how we connect is something that is sort of paying the price here. I know that you feel like you and I can't bond deeply as long as I'm sort of in this cycle or in this egoic experience, this karmic habitual world that I've been in, trying to break habits, trying to understand my decisions and my vices. But I feel like it's so tied to my own relationship with myself that it has nothing to do with you. And it's making me completely conflicted and upside down, because it's like, I know that I love you. Like, I absolutely know that's true. But yet, all this other stuff. And so how do I reconcile the two? How do I reconcile disappointing you or hurting you or saying and doing the things that I'm doing and saying? It doesn't make any sense here. The only thing I can see here is me not knowing that I am truly worthy of experiencing deep, profound love here on a soulful level. And you're that option, but I don't feel like in the 3D that I'm there, ready and deserving of this thing. And so I sabotage it. I'm trying to understand so I can pull out of it. It's just my old world, my old friends, my old world. And it feels like that environment doesn't get me anymore or support this better, higher version of me that it could be. And so it keeps me in that. It keeps me doing the same things because it's the same people and the same environment and the same support. But I feel so lonely there. And it just feels like every day it feels more and more painful that I'm still there, keeping that world, and a world that I feel needs to come down or needs to be dissolved in some way so the new version of me could reemerge here. And this new version of me would be more aligned with a greater, deeper spiritual self that could respect you and honor this connection and get deep and be there to show you trust and value and be balanced and healed by your side. How do I get there? I have no idea. There's fear, there's bad habits, there's deep subconscious understandings I have of myself that are like seeing myself as less than, and so I deserve to just sort of be alone or suffer here in these bad habits, and I like to numb my pain by the vices I'm choosing here. It's like an addiction for me because it numbs my pain. It's like this addiction and these bad habits need to come to an end. This I know on a logical level. And yet I am still engaged in that. It's like I am blindly guiding myself towards the thing that's hurting me every time. And I also feel like because of this, I can't let anyone in my world. That this is my issue, that this is mine to overcome, that this is for me to resolve, that only I could break free in some capacity and work towards being available in a healed way towards this connection in a future date would be something that I would have to work through and not let anyone in until I sort of get there or understand this. But I feel like until then, it's like I can't give to you, or I can't be your other cup. I can't be of value here for you. I cannot invest in this connection. And I feel like I'm so stuck here. I also feel like this part of my world feels safe to me because it's all I've ever really known. And as long as I feel safe here, I don't feel like if I let you in, then it changes this sort of dynamic. It doesn't feel like I just feel I'm really held back by this, and that there is an answer somewhere that would come or that can come, that after this, there's something. And this might be my big illusion, and this could be my fear, just really not wanting to take action right now because I feel very held back and I feel very much like this world that I have to be there for whatever reason. And mostly, again, is because of how I see myself. And so I do like to blame my situation and my circumstance, that it has a hold on me or that it's sort of doing something to me. But it's like I'm the one that's making this choice, but it's really the subconscious choices that are pulling through me. And I also feel like I'm this different person in that energy. In my world, I'm a completely different person, maybe than that's the way that you see me or that you want me to be for you or for this connection to show up. And although this is within me somewhere, there's too much fear in accepting that version of me. There's so much I don't understand of how to do it or how to be it because of these patterns and these habits of how I have been. And so it would require me to be courageous to face this part of me, but more than the courage here would be working on my own self-worth, my own self-esteem, and my own confidence of making these healthier decisions to align with something greater. And I'm at a loss here. I don't see it. And I just feel like I keep going in the wrong direction, or that I'm just there. And as long as I'm there, I can't be giving to you, or I can't step up to you. And part of me really feels like if I could control my environment, then I'd feel more safe. And I don't know with you that there would be a safety, then I'm sort of just going to be exposed in some way, and that I'm lacking in some way, or that I'm not good enough for you in some way. And then what, And I do want you to know that I do hear what you say to me, and sometimes your words do hurt me, even though I know you're telling me how you're feeling or what's going on here. It's like I know of a deeper truth, and so it to me doesn't feel like it's truly representative of me, but I know this is the me you've experienced, and it still hurts nonetheless, because I could say no, I'm none of these things, but it's your experience with me that is real, that you've experienced. And I just feel like I would hurt you deeply because I hurt myself deeply. And if I hurt myself deeply, how could I be anything other than that in which I am? And so I don't really know, like, your expectation of what you're wanting is a version of me that I haven't reached. And I think you might have been not understanding or seeing this, or only seeing or wanting to understand what it was that you wanted. I feel like my environment, it might be something that feels known to me, although it does feel destructive, and it does feel repetitive, and it does feel like it's holding me back. It keeps me here, but I feel like I don't know that I trust my environment to help support me out of this, And it's like it seems very real to me what I'm doing and experiencing, although it could seem very shallow. It's perpetuating my own reflection of self here that feels ucky to me. It is misaligned, because I do see this deeper version of me that's more upstanding in a way here, that has more value, has more depth, and this environment is just kind of shallow, and it's like putting out fires here in a way that's not deep. I feel like I see myself as someone who would be very destructive in your world if I allowed myself to explore you in a way here. And it's all because of how I see myself and how I engage with myself. And so I pray that the future version of me is that version that you want, I want to be that. And I could see that in time, maybe this would be a version I could explore, but I would really have to tear down what is not working in my world right now and let it go, or acknowledge that it's not suiting me or serving me purpose. And it's like, I'm not doing that. I'm procrastinating. I'm letting the fear sort of dictate what I do. And I feel like some of the conversations that you and I have had have made me sort of reinforce the decision to sort of remain here until it's sorted, because you already sort of see me as someone who's created pain for you. It's like I could feel that you don't want me to hurt you anymore, you know, or be that in which I am here in the 3D world. And so I feel like I have no other choice, but at the same time, it's like, what do I do? And how do I begin to break free? And how do I align myself to you? I have no idea how to do this. I'm completely lost in the steps of what I need to do. The only thing that I know for certain is how I feel about you, and that I am stuck in a repeat habitual pattern that is keeping me numb and keeping me feeling safe. And that while I'm in this, I cannot invest in you and I cannot give to this connection. That I know. And I also know that I'm misaligned here, you know, that there's only a matter of time that I could stay here, that it is not for me, but yet here I remain. And I also feel like in this energy, I'm not for you, because I can't be that in which would support you and someone you could trust and someone you can rely on and someone who can give to you. And so I'm learning this, you know, on a very deep, deep level. And I feel like without this connection, I would have never seen or understood this, or how I engage with myself or see myself wouldn't have been something that would come through. I wouldn't have a reason to break any of these patterns or cycles or vices or bad habits. I would just remain there seeing that's who I am, and that's it, you know. But I know that there is something very, very deep and profound about how I can be, who I can be, and what I could do in this world. And now I see this potential as like a fantasy in a way, because I don't connect the thread to how I could take practical action towards this. And I really just fear that you're going to forget about me and move on, and I'll be stuck here in this world that's just old, you know? It's like I outgrew this world, but yet here I still am. And like part of me is like, okay, once this plays out and I understand, then I can just move towards you, and then we can make something happen, you know? But I don't feel this sounds fair, and I don't know what else to tell you, but this is the energy that I am currently in, and I need a lot of support from my environment. And right now I feel like my environment's really just supporting the old version of me. And I feel like no one would understand. I feel like I got to just kind of do it alone. Otherwise I'm cowardly, or otherwise I'm not strong, or otherwise I just don't have it in me. And it's like, how do I find the strength to do this from within me? I've just always been one to know that you can't really rely on anyone but yourself. And so I don't really talk about these struggles or this burden or my desire or my needs to have support. But I do feel very stuck here, and I do feel like this is holding me back from investing in you and this connection. I also feel like something's going on deep within me in a spiritual level of what actually isn't me is sort of falling away. And once it falls away, it's like I am just accepting, and eventually I'll have to be reborn and take action. And this is what's sort of happening right now, you know? Parts of myself is sort of being revealed to me in a way here that's once I see it, it's like, okay, I see that this isn't really truly me or supporting me, and I release it or I accept it. And then I feel like I have nothing, or I am nothing, or I could be nothing, because I still haven't developed the confidence in the decisions of where then do I go from here. Once I release this old world, where do I go from there? And who am I? And how can I be? How can I be that in which you're wanting, or that in which is going to be balanced and trusting and flowing in this connection? Every time I look at myself, I see myself as that old version of me, that's causing pain and drama and toxicity. And part of it is what I can't do, what I can't do for you, or who I can't be for you. And then it's like I'm creating this pain, and all I see is through my shadow self. All I see is through the fear and this dark side of me when it comes to you, because I feel like you represent the best version that I could be of myself. And so the shadow comes through. I feel like you energetically want me to keep my distance here, because I've just created too much pain for you, and I understand this. And I also understand how you feel about me, and that the toxicity here in this connection has created suffering for you, and a lot of it's been generated by me. And I know that you have deep, deep love here for me. I want you to know that I love you deeply, and I do miss you, and I want to be with you in a future date and state where I can support you in a way that you've always supported me, and step up. And I don't know how to get there. And unless I fill my own cup or feel strong or confident about myself, I can't get there. All I keep perpetuating is more pain towards you. And right now I feel like I got to do it on my own, my ego is telling me that if I was strong, I would just get there on my own, or I got to face it by myself, or I can't let the pain show or the truth show in some way that I'm weak, or that I'm incapable, or I'm not able to do this. It's very painful for me to accept this, because that, at least I had some strength in that, and even though I had low self-worth or something that kept me feeling like I was undeserving, or keeping me stuck in the numbing agents here, at least I thought I was strong, and I don't want to give that up, and then I'll have absolutely nothing. So without you, I do feel very alone, because with you, I felt as though there was something helping me through, someone that understood, but it'd be unfair of me to get you to remain in a place here where I couldn't really step up, or I couldn't really get deep with you, or I couldn't really share with you, or I just sort of kept you in this more superficial place. But I also must admit, I feel very, very alone without you here, and it hurts me to be here. I don't enjoy being here. It hurts me to hurt you. It hurts me to think less of myself. It hurts me to not see myself as someone who is capable, somebody who you could trust, somebody who could express oneself openly and lovingly, and in line with how I truly feel, which is a lot of love for you. And so I want to be there for you when I am in that energy, because you are the first thing I want to experience when I am of healthy mind, when I break out of this fear and this cycle and these habits and this weight that I'm carrying, and this belief that I don't understand why I remain. It makes no sense to me, but it's like I'm stuck here. I do feel like this is closing out, because I can't remain here. It hurts too much for me to remain here. And I know that this is just a hiccup and a delay. And maybe you can call me delusional, but I feel like I see us working together. I see us coming together. I see us moving beyond this. And I feel like this will be a dark part of our past that I had to overcome on my own. And I had to overcome this in order to be available to you, and in order for me to enjoy you from a place of experience that I feel at one point I will feel like I do deserve to experience. I just don't know how to get there. And I truly feel connected to you until then, energetically, spiritually, emotionally. I just hope that you don't forget about me altogether, you know, and that when this time comes and this future state is like, where will you be? You know, I don't know. I can't be so delusional that you'll wait for me. But something inside me says that that would be the time that we could get together here. And I just pray that you don't move on or forget about me. And that some of the things that you might be thinking or saying or we've experienced here together has made you lose all trust and faith in me stepping up. Because all I've done is hurt you and betray you by what I've been doing and haven't been doing for you and for this connection. And I don't know how to say sorry, because at the end of the day, there is no other way that I could be or any other thing that I could do. It has me stuck. It has me on repeat. It has me held back. It has me feeling a lot of fear and a lot of confusion. And I don't know my way out of this. I don't know. It's like a maze that never ends. It's like a habit that just is on repeat. And I'm exhausted here. And sometimes I just feel like burning it all to the ground, you know, everything. And I just don't know how to communicate this or let this out or express what truly matters to me in this moment. And so it's just easier to keep repeating and doing the same thing. Although in the long run, it just is creating a lot of suffering. And then I see myself as a coward or like toxic or like this dangerous person here that could create more damage than good in your world and in my world. And so I want to see myself the way you see me. I want to give myself full love. I want to fill myself with an idea that I am deserving of you and all good things and your love. And I just don't see how I could get there right now. So right now it's like all the energy that I do have, I need to put in my healing. I need to put in breaking this belief or this a world that I'm stuck to. That's where my energy is going. And on the outside, you see me as doing the same thing, you know, or doing these bad habits or like choosing something else. It's like, as far as I see it, it's not really a choice. It's just the fear that's keeping me in this cycle. And I want to be able to finally close this out once and for all, because it should have been done already a long time ago. And you're giving me reason to do this or to find my way through this or to understand and see this. Because on a soulful level, I feel like it's happening. One way or another, it's happening, you know. And I do feel like you've been guiding me, and that your authenticity and your truth of how you've been representing yourself in this connection has been helping me towards this greater truth of myself. So I don't want you to feel like it hasn't meant anything or like I'm not understanding, you know, what needs to be done. It's just I feel like there isn't a capability for me to do this when I haven't really connected to myself. Pile number 2. Wowzers. This was quite the reading. Let me know if this resonated for you. And if you were drawn to another pile, I will see you guys there. All right. And do know that there is an extended, like I mentioned, if you are a part of the level 2 membership, which is sustainer membership for this YouTube channel, you will have access to the extended readings. If you want to purchase the extended reading and you don't want to be a part of the membership, I will put a link to my website and you can purchase it for a limited time only. We'll be looking at this person's next move, their next action, what will happen next, and then we'll be looking at a yes/no question. So have your yes/no ready, and we'll answer whether it's a yes or a no. Okay. And if you cannot join the extended, just know you got all the information you need from this reading. There's nothing more that you're needing to know. Okay, beautiful angel, I love you very much, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. You guys picked be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Card number 40. And so we're looking at the person on your mind, person you came here about, that you're in no contact with or limited contact. This could be someone who's crossed over, someone you're in separation with, someone who just doesn't communicate for whatever reason. And we're looking at what this person would say to you if they were to say anything at all to you. Okay, I'll be channeling them directly. And so because I'm not doing an energy check, if this does not sound like anything that sort of would resonate with what this person would say, then it's most likely not your pile, okay? If this resonates for you, there will be an extended. If you are a part of the membership of this channel, level 2 sustainer membership, then you'll have access to the extended reading where we'll look at this person's next move and their action in this connection towards you, okay? And also a yes/no question. So come up with your yes/no question. Now, if this is someone who has crossed over, this will be, what's sort of going to happen next energetically, what they're wanting you to know, a message from this person in a way in regards to a future state. Okay, so beautiful angel, let's take a look at this. Okay, this could come flipped, meaning it could be what you're wanting to communicate to your person. So take what resonates here. So we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. You guys can click on the timestamp to take you straight away to the channeled message, okay? There's quite a bit of cards here that I haven't looked at. So I can't come to you now. And I can't talk to you right now. I can't. All right. I can't make you happy. I can't, and I can't. I'm afraid to lose you. I have all these can'ts, but I don't want to lose you. Alrighty. And I sabotage this connection and I regret it. And I'm not the same person. And I hide my true desires for you. And we have mature woman, socialite, connector, and high society. A person might have dark hair, okay, or sandy brown hair. We have defeat, Aquarius energy coming through, and we have connect. And we have you and I were too young. And we have I don't react when people mention you. Can you guys see? It's about as good as it's going to get with the lighting. And this says, I think about you all the time. And we have Nepo baby, inherited power, generational advantage, envy and projection, unfairness, and crowned at birth. All right. And then we have itinerary, steps or choices you take through life, intentional movement, sense of purpose, fate, or destiny. And we have the number 10 and the number 131. So we have some Leo energy coming through and some Hierophant energy with the 5 here. So Taurus and some Sagittarius. We have union. And we have stuck. We have love is the answer. We have I'm a very jealous person. And we have I could be your hero, baby. 6. So we have some Capricorn and some Gemini energy. I'm not sure where to put this over here. Yes. And I just heard share, do you believe in love after love? Really loud. Okay. Childhood wounding is influencing my actions. Interesting because we had the Nepo baby here. And we have isolation is necessary. Okay, and then we have jealousy. Oh my goodness. And then we have coagulation, number 66. 66 is a master number. Service is a source of joy in which one pours from an overflowing cup, not martyrdom. Okay, you see 2 wine glasses here, so 2 cups. And it could be a third party situation here. And we have blocked. And we have future, 16 and 7. So some Cancer energy and some Tower chariot. So it says forthcoming tomorrow, ulterior, destiny, prospect, and afterwards. And we have the woman, number 3. Okay, consultant, partner, lover, wife, female, and companion. Taurus, Libra energy, solar plexus energy. 3 is all about growth, relationships, initial success. It's also hangman energy. So we have some heart chakra and some solar plexus. And then we have expectations with 44. 44 is a master number. Integrity is a foundation. Treating the earth as home and a temple. Manifestation and leadership. So, yeah, Aries is pulling through. When I was laying your cards, this pile seemed to have the most amount of cards as well. So I feel like maybe this person has the most amount to say. Okay, we have some Gemini and some Capricorn. I don't know if I mentioned that. And now let's lay the tarot. Clear and concise message. Some Aquarius as well. I don't know if I said that. Clear and concise message in regards to pile number 3's person, the king here, about what is it that this person would say if they were able to say anything at all to pile number 3. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good in this connection. Thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. So blessed to be here doing your reading. Alrighty, so we have the 3 of Wands, and under that we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 10 Wands, and we have the King of Cups in reverse. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then we also have the 3 of Cups in reverse. Okay, let me sit here with this energy, beautiful people, and channel what this is. You guys can skip ahead. Did I read this? I don't react when people mention you. I don't know that I read that. Okay, pile number 3. This is an interesting energy because I don't feel this is going to be everyone's person here, okay? Let me just sort of talk this through and then I will channel them directly. For some of you guys, I do feel like this is somebody that you've known for a long time, maybe even when you were younger, okay? Because there does seem to be like a 6-cup energy here. 6 cups to me could talk about a soul recognition, you know, from a past life. But I feel like there is this something of knowing this person before something. Okay, and it also feels like something that never got off the ground at all. So it's almost like an unspoken feeling for someone. But to me, this really feels like a third party, and it does feel like someone in another connection. Okay, like in another connection. Now, you could be in another connection or this person, because there does seem to be a third party sort of energy here. And it's like, it's true, you know, it's true what I feel, but I can't take action on this thing. So let me read and channel what this is about, okay? Just give me a minute. All right, pile number 3. We have Aries, Scorpio, Gemini, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Taurus, Libra energy pulling through. Okay, so let me channel. I feel like there is an understanding you and I have that runs very deep, and we don't even have to say it. It's just felt. And it seems like it doesn't matter how apart we are or what's going on in our world or how distant we are or whether we ever talk again, that there's an understanding here that you have between you and I that is very true. And I don't think you know the truth here because I haven't been able to confirm it for you. And this could be quite challenging. I feel like you might already know that I feel very stuck in my situation. And it's like I'm being torn and being faced with acknowledging that I am the only person that could choose differently in my situation. And so I feel like you might feel betrayed by me not acknowledging a truth here, by me shutting you out in a way here that seems as though you're the issue, or you're a problem, or you're going to create issues for me in this world that is very not aligned to me, you know? And I got to carry this heaviness of misalignment and this energy of knowing I wasn't truthful to stand up and acknowledge what is greater, what is more truthful. And I feel like I got stuck here. I really got stuck here, and things started to pile up here. And it's like the only thing that sort of makes me feel okay is knowing of a future date of a time and place where you and I could experience each other, that what we felt for each other is very real and it's very mutual. And I feel like I'm so limited by my circumstances here that every which way I look, I can't. Even if I wanted to give you a subtle clue here, I can't. You know, even if I moved forward from this thing, I still couldn't make you happy because of everything that would unfold. I feel like financially and my whole situation and my world, it needs to get sorted here before I'd be completely able to and capable of coming forward to you. I feel like you see a version of me that is a front, you know, and that's how people see me too. It's like I have to put on this version of me to feel safe, that I know what I'm doing, or that I'm choosing specifically to make these decisions because this is the best thing, you know. But I feel like there's something very deep going on within me that's even allowing me to play this game in a way, or to support the dark side, if you will, or the stuck side of myself. I feel like the more we're in this energy, the more we see of ourselves and the more we can understand of ourselves, because there's a lot of myself that needs to be understood and reflected upon, so that I could be in a more healed energy to make different decisions, and even just to break out of this world so that I can actually validate my feelings. And you are everything that feels right to me. It's like I have to shut down my feelings and choose a world of material pleasure, or like material belonging, you know, like my resources here. It's like one or the other, and that's how I feel. And it's like, how can I just blindly choose feelings? You know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. And I know that it might make you feel like I'm choosing other, or that there's anything other than why I'm here, you know? And I also feel like, thinking of you moving on with someone else, you're supposed to be mine. And so I can't get you to be mine if I can't do what's right and acknowledge these feelings. And it's unfair for me to keep you on hold or here in this situation where there's an unhealthy dynamic. And I feel like that's what I've been doing, you know, because it's easier for me to have you in my world and not have to deal with the things that I've been called to deal with, because it's too heavy for me to unwind myself from the world that I've built, this structure, this situation that has me invested in it, that I've built, that I've identified as part of who I am. How do I detach myself from it? That's like leaving myself behind and feeling completely in shambles and not having anything of my own here. And so I have to lie. I have to pretend. I have to ignore. I have to suppress my feelings. I have to not acknowledge. But I know inside of me that there's this truth, and that is accepting how I actually feel and align myself to that. And I know that's right. And I feel like you might have always known that that was right. And I feel like there is this energy of like growth here that went from like, I don't know, like I just feel like maybe it seemed to me like I could see through the immaturity of some of my decisions and my understandings to a deeper, more mature understanding of feelings here, just based on your vibe and your energy. And I just feel like I missed out, or I lucked out, or I chose wrong here, or I'm doing wrong, you know? I feel really like I let you down by choosing poorly in some way here, and I know that this might impact our future together. And I just feel like I have to be nonchalant here, because if this really came out in a way that was highlighting how I truly feel, there would be sort of hell to pay or consequences for me to have to deal with here. And I was coward. I chose the path that made me feel like my world would just sort of continue on, you know? And then in the meantime, I think you carried the burden of the untruth and the burden of me being disloyal to our connection. But I need you to know that I'm not that same person, you know? And I know it's hard for me just to tell you this and you believe it, because look at these actions and me being stuck here. But I'm not that same person. And I feel like part of me wants to do right by everyone and everything. And I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to really lead with my feelings, and that my mind just sort of makes decisions based on what seems logically right. And then it's at the expense of a greater, deeper truth. I feel like I have to deal with my situation here, and the only way to deal with it is by being removed from you so that I could solve this, because other than that, I'd be too distracted and I would keep this unhealthy dynamic going, because I would have sort of no need to resolve this. I would have no need to be pushed towards having a clear look at my feelings and making decisions that are really aligned with greater truths. And so, although this is painful, and although this is feeling like it feels wrong and misaligned, I think in the long run, it's something that is requiring me to deal with this. So even if you and I don't connect in a future state or a future date, it wouldn't be because I don't have feelings and any of this. It would just be because this whole experience was making me take a look at myself and break me free from a situation that wasn't fulfilling and isn't fulfilling and can't be fulfilling no matter how much I stay there or want it to be what it's not, you know? I feel like I was just sort of taking action because it was required of me. And I feel like this is sort of what I did and what I chose. But I feel like there is a truth to us. There is a truth to the version of me that could choose us, that could be free of this and choose you and make us happy and create a future that you and I both know we could have. I feel what you feel, and I feel like I have to not acknowledge, I have to put it aside in order for me to really resolve my situation. But it does keep alive some sort of hope, some sort of dream, some sort of future for me. And it's a motivator for me to resolve and deal with my situation and my circumstance. There's a lot of people that might be impacted by this, you know, for sure on my end. And so it's almost like I'd rather just not acknowledge the feelings for you and keep things simple and keep things the way they are, so I don't upturn everyone's world upside down. But I know that this is not helpful, and keeping things sort of peaceful doesn't necessarily mean it's right. And I feel like you understood this, you know. on a deep level, I also feel like you understood me. I also feel like you give me a reason to grow deeply, spiritually and emotionally, and expand myself, and not keep sort of myself little in this experience that I've been experienced, that I feel it's run its course, and that I feel like there's a grander purpose outside of this experience for me and you that is still in the stars. And I'm still stuck here, untangling this thing. And I feel frustrated because I keep thinking that you're just going to fulfill that spot with someone else, be fulfilled by someone else or something else. And it drives me crazy, It makes me feel like I let you down and let us down. I just feel like I was not in a position back then to do anything. And I'm more in a position now to be closer to making the clearer decisions. I'm more in a position here to acknowledge these deep feelings. It was just too heavy for me to acknowledge how I felt and this change and what that would mean. And it was easier for me just to sort of disengage from everything, Even my world is like emotionally, I just sort of shut down here, and it put me in a position to not be able to take action or do anything to make things right. I feel like this past experience and situation I'm dealing with here is really needing to get resolved before I can talk to you, before I can be honest with you, before I can show up for you, before I can even be that in which we know we can experience together. And so I'll just refrain from reaching out to you while I do this, because the last thing I want to do is reach out to you when I'm not in a position to invest or give to you or be completely honest with my feelings outwardly with everything, with you and with my whole situation. It won't help the situation if I just acknowledge my feelings, but I'm not in a position to do anything about it, And I hope you understand this. And so I have to just sort of play it cool until I resolve this and get going again, or untangle this thing that's keeping me feeling like I'm walking through sludge or very stuck. You're constantly on my mind. You're motivating me to make these changes. And I feel like there is only so much ignoring of my feels and my emotions that I could do. And I do feel like I could fulfill something within your future, within your life, that could be successful for the both of us, that we both want. But I'd have to take the action in that direction, and we'd have to both be there and accept this, and that could be something for us, that we could come together, but only after I resolve this. And unfortunately, you're not a part of this resolution or me unfolding this whole thing. I kind of have to do it on my own here and sort my way through and accept certain things that maybe I didn't want to accept, difficult things that I'd have to confront and say and do to be able to move on from this. And so I do feel like I hurt you by maybe not being ready when you wanted me to be. And you might feel like by choosing this, I sort of made my bed or sabotaged this connection, or didn't want this connection to be, or I hurt you. And that I sort of did it purposefully, And in a way here, yes, it was a decision I made, and I was the one that made it. But I really, truly feel I had no other choice. It was just too much. And I was just so terrified of like the wrong things, And now the fear of losing you is greater. The fear of losing you to someone else, the fear of you moving on and just being happy with someone else, and the fear of like us not coming together is what drives me. I do not want to think of a future without you. I do not want to think of a future where I stay stuck in this situation that is unpleasant emotionally for me. And so I feel like I have to do something. And this is what I want to do. I want to listen to my emotions and my true feelings, and that will be the guide of the actions I take in my world. And so this is what I'm working towards, and this is what I'm hoping will happen in the future for us to come together, and that when I get there, I don't feel like I'm too late or I missed out or like I took too long, and you're just completely devastated and disappointed with my decisions, and you just don't want to engage with me. Although I completely would understand this, it's something I don't want to have to experience. I feel like a part of me is telling me that the reason why I'm choosing or have chose this is because it's like some beliefs that have been instilled in me, like to be a great person, I would have to do this, or to be successful, I would have to do that, or that certain things in my world would have to be in a certain way in order for me to be okay or successful or accepted or appreciated, by this world I created. And all that stuff does seem kind of shallow now when I look at butting that up against how I truly feel. And I feel for you, and I feel like I've been just rejecting the truth, which means rejecting you. And you can't help but feel how you feel about that rejection, or that's pushing you away. You feel boxed out. You feel like I didn't let you in, and you feel like I chose poorly. I understand all this, So I want you to know, despite the fact that I can't come to you and make this right, that my intention is to do this. Whether you're moved on or not, I don't know. But I want you to know that if I wasn't feeling as stuck as I was, I would do this. I feel stuck here in my circumstances, but it's solely circumstantial. And it's solely undoing some of these thought stories of how I think that I would need to be in order for me to be happy and successful. And they're untrue. And I'm seeing that more and more. And I'm seeing me sabotaging parts of myself that really deserve to be loved and happy. And that's becoming more and more real to me every day. And it's thanks to you, and thanks to my experience of knowing you, and your ability to be a blessing in that experience for me. And now I just need to sort of make it happen here. I feel very pulled to you. I feel very motivated by my feelings for you. I feel like there is more here that needs to be uncovered. And I do feel like I need to resolve whatever's going on here in my past, and make peace with it so that I can be free to move forward, and not complicate things, and not to put you in precarious situations where there's other people and situations that could impact your happiness. It's not fair to you, and it's just certainly not going to work this way. And I think in the past, maybe I was immature, and thinking that would work, or that could be a way that we could navigate, and I know that was not fair, that you deserve my undivided attention, that you deserve all the love and all the support, and me wholly, completely, not part of me, and not just, this side of me that was feeling unloved or was feeling neglected. It's unfair. And so I want you to know this. And that the situation that I'm in is gone sour, It has been sour, it's gone sour, and I recognize this, I see this, I acknowledge this, it's just kept me stuck. But there is a time that I'm having to move. And when I move, it's going to be in your direction. So, pile number 3, this is your channeled message from this person. Now, if you are resonating with this, we will be kicking it off to the extended reading. If you are a level 2 sustainer member of this channel, you can click on the link below. It'll take you directly to the extended reading. If you are not a member, you can purchase the extended through my website. I'll put a link to that as well. Okay. But if you cannot make that, then just know you got the information you're needing. Okay. The website is only going to be available for a short time, and we will be looking at this person's next move, action in this connection, and then a yes/no question that you might have. Okay, so beautiful angel, this is your reading. I'll put all the information below, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.